see what we have to offer in the Middle East and North Africa. Let's get it poppin', Paulie.
It's going to be a big game, and we're starting off straight away with FXL getting a great string onto Poe. Poe's orange, it's 8 seconds into the match, Flambo.
Yeah, looks like we're starting off very fast here at FXL, looking for that end sig near the top of the screen to potentially get that early KO. Poe can barely find the hits right now. Finally, actually gets a nice little response right there, and this is what we're talking about. This is Zol Force.
Yeah, right there. Poe, all he needs to do is just keep that composure, play calm. You have Zol, just get a couple of good hits, and you're going to be able to even this damage out quite quickly. FXL, I mean, I'm kind of getting the sense that this guy, he was all about that initial shot factor, because he's starting to kind of calm down a little bit now.
Oh, what a turnaround from FXL. A perfectly timed dodge on the ground pound to get the reversal with the orb down air. And when was the last time we saw Fate that, like, wasn't Frydasol, right? Like, it's actually kind of refreshing.
I was just about to say, yeah, Fry, but yeah, no. There's not a lot of players on Fate. That is definitely true. FXL out here representing that player base. I do also want to mention, it's not too often that you get to see Orb players in general. Scythe is common, and Orb maybe not so much right now.
Yeah, it's true. Outside of like Radish, you really don't.
And Frydasol, yeah.
Frydasol, right? It's like that's the most you get. But FXL is showing that, hey, maybe there's another Orb player you guys need to keep your eyes on. Throwing out that down sig, that bow tie. Poe not getting hit by it though, and just kind of looking to see if maybe we can mitigate the bleeding a little bit. But FXL, with a well-timed weapon throw, is able to go ahead and tuck in that penultimate stock from Poe.
Looking incredibly strong right now, and is going to be clinging onto that side that was able to make wonders the first stock. I want to say that, okay, FXL was looking so comfortable, but that's what happens when you get a little too big comfortable around a 9-strength legend. Take a couple of hits and you're down to orange. Might take more work than that to be able to even this out though.
Yeah, it's tough because Poe generally is losing a lot on these neutral exchanges. Oh, that's gonna be the game. Yeah, just chase out there with that side air, and FXL is gonna win game 1. And honestly, pretty convincing game from FXL for that game 1, right? Like Poe, I think, had burst, where it would be like, all right, I get a side light. And it's actually been kind of weird. We haven't seen a whole lot of side light nair from Poe. We actually see like side light into wait, into follow the dodge with like a down air or something, and then at least like a 4-hit string. It's really cool. Usually most people, especially North America and EU, if they get that side light with axe, they're just going for the nair. They're taking the guaranteed damage. But Poe seems to be a little bit more wary on, you know, especially if the spacing isn't quite perfect, tries to go for a reaction off the dodge.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like this, you have so many things that you need to figure out about your opponent, and you have no time to think because he's just like run in, dare, side light, side sig. FXL is giving Poe no time to think right now, but it looks like Poe actually is controlling this neutral space a little bit better this game around, and taking a pretty clean start here on his way to take out FXL's first stock potentially.
Okay, and throws away the cannon. The weapon throws haven't been quite on target, but Poe has had the advantage the majority of this game, but finding the KOs, the knockouts, seems to have been a really big issue. But when you have so much force like Zol does, if you get enough hits, you really can just lean into the end lights and the down lights of the axe to get the job done for you.
Ooh, that's dangerous. Oh, my heart skips whenever I see a side off stage in these situations, but Poe is able to get back. But the recovery made him go down. I think maybe in like the first couple of frames of that move, your hitbox moves down a little bit. That looked kind of strange, but nonetheless, Poe is going to be one stock down here. Still, I want to see a lead, but okay, he's able to pick that weapon back up. It's still a pretty balanced out position for both of these players.
Just got yoinked out of the side air right there. Perfect dodge on the recovery. Puts FXL in the great position. Oh, that should have been the edge guard right there.
So close. So able to so consistently to get back against Poe's edge guarding, and as soon as he does, he throws Poe off stage.
Oh, nice attempt here. FXL looking for the final blow. Poe, probably one more nair should be enough, especially if combined with the D-Life. FXL leading into these weapon throws a little bit more, and right into the N-Sig off of the side light. And that's why that's so tricky, right? If you don't go for that harsh side light that sends to the side, and instead goes for the input that sends them up, you can set up for those signatures, and now FXL's running away with it. What happened? That stock was brand new.
Yeah, FXL just keeps finding not only the movement reads, he finds the movement read, and then he finds the dodge read, he gets another dodge read, and then gets the third movement read. Poe is unable to move around FXL right now by the looks of it, but Poe able to sneak in a dare there real quick. He's still clinging onto the stock. I mean, Poe, I wanna see Poe cling onto that cannon. I mean, yeah, it's a dream, but I've seen cannon take stocks quickly.
Yeah, especially with a character like this one, needs to get the read. You can see FXL just takes the hits there. Doesn't burn the dodge early, understands the risk of burning that dodge against Cannon. But Poe still able to get good damage there. Maybe 2 more interactions of 2 to 3 hits could be enough to bring Poe back into the game. But that weapon throw is going to tuck Poe into bed here as FXL wins yet another game, putting them up 2-0 in the set.
FXL is just consistently delivering super high quality gameplay right now. I want to say beating Poe in a lot of different aspects of the game at the same time. Poe is really gonna have to scrape the bottom of the barrel and find anything within him to be able to adapt to FXL right now.
Yeah, and I mean, FXL did end up taking out Frydasol in the winners semifinals 3-1. Right, and so clearly this guy is here to play. Poe, I would like to see a little bit more from. You know, as I was saying before, we kind of see these bursts, these spurts of like brilliance, but really has not quite been able to keep up. I'm wondering if FXL is just going to be one of those household names that we're gonna have to put respect on for the rest of Brawlhalla history. Like, do you just got it like that in MENA?
Yeah, FXL, I don't know what's going on anymore. He's getting so many hits, but still the damage doesn't quite reflect that, just because not only does Scythe not deal, you know, great amount of damage, especially not compared to Zol Axe, but FXL, it's about the control. He's working twice as hard for his hits, but he's also getting like 3 times more hits.
And it's been a while since we've really gotten to see Scythe do some damage in this manner. Of course, you know, Mordek's always a popular pick, but I feel like generally people have been leaning into some of the other legends in the game as of late. And so it's really refreshing in a lot of ways to see a Scythe here, but Poe still trying to stay relevant in this set. Doesn't want to get sent down to the elimination bracket, has to win 3 straight here, and that's going to be a fantastic start to go ahead and bring things back to even, but there's still more work to be done.
Still a lot of work to be done indeed. FXL patrolling the ground. Poe playing very reactively now, trying to respond to FXL's movement, trying to stop him in his tracks whenever he's able to. And there we see it, the side light nair coming out, racking up this damage. I sense that Poe is controlling the pace of the game a little bit more, but just as I say that, FXL gets just 2 hits, throws Poe off stage, and now it feels like Poe is fighting for control again.
Yeah, but luckily Poe's finding the hits right now. Just lean into the cannon. I haven't been able to see this cannon really lead to too many stocks. It did get one down air earlier though, so that isn't to say that he can't do it, but FXL with the unarmed edge guards, that unarmed down air, has been snatching stocks like that for years, Paulie. Years. It's been so good for so long. And for great reason, right? It allows you to make these little pesky plays, get these edge guards that you feel like otherwise shouldn't be an issue, and because of it, FXL is that much closer to closing out this set, but Poe does find a moment to retaliate.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more nowadays people being like, yeah guys, maybe we should put, you know, unarmed in S tier. People, I mean, being good at unarmed is definitely becoming a very crucial skill to high-level gameplay. These players showing that they definitely have those capabilities within them, but Poe, with a pretty big play, is it going to be enough? FXL, he misses the dare, gives Poe another opportunity. He's able to get back up, but just like that, I mean, that's Scythe for you. He's gonna throw you back down.
Nice catch
Okay.
with the N-Sig. Wow! Hadn't burned any SIGs all game, I don't think. At least that N-Sig, that was the first time we were seeing that one. What a read, what a call out. But those are the kind of plays you need to make if you want to stay relevant in the game. I mean, FXL clearly, obviously, did not expect to see that one coming. Poe doing a fantastic job of staying alive in the set.
Yeah, FXL, as we mentioned time and time again, consistently putting out this high-level gameplay, but Poe, I said Poe's gonna have to scrape the battle. He's gonna have to look within himself and to see what he can find to be able to beat FXL. Looks like in that last stock, he took everything out.
That was hilarious too. Like, FXL was probably light orange, like, you know, but when you get caught by Zol, that's kind of what's gonna happen to you. And so, being able to force the game 4 and maybe even the game 5, we're able to keep things up, but it kind of felt like you get one of those in the set, you know, and so Poe used it at the right time, but otherwise FXL still seems to largely have the higher wins in the neutral exchanges.
It's always so hard to tell. Was that a knockout? Is this the turning point? Is this where, you know, whatever? It's always super difficult to tell, but I will say one thing, and that is after a win like that, massive for Poe in the way that he has like a reinvigorated like enthusiasm that this is possible.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to know that you can do it, right? And that one dub on the board is the little bit of confidence that you need in order to just go ahead and keep on pushing. And Poe getting the first stock this time around. I want to see how much of a little lead you can create for yourself while you have this opportunity, or is FXL going to go ahead and try to shut that off immediately? We saw that setup before. This time there was a backstep added to it, but Poe not falling for it, and so that's good adaptation, not allowing your opponent to use the exact same setup to take away your stock.
FXL able to pick up that end light. Gotta take off this stock quickly. Swapping over to the orb. Gotta find something. You gotta find something. Now you can't afford to take any more hits, but the cannon Sair comes out. The Sair comes out as well. Sending FXL down, but he's still able to sit atop that ledge, trying to find just a single hit. He's been one hit away for so long, but Poe is able to just run away with so many of these extra damage. Is he gonna be able to find another stock?
Poe has done so much damage here. Even if you lose the stock, you're one hit away from sending down FXL to the final stock. FXL does find that sidelight side air to go ahead and get rid of that first stock of Poe. But at this point, Poe's like, oh no, not like this,
oh
not
no,
like this.
Oh my god, this side off stage, my heart skipped. I heard it in your voice too. Jesus, that was insane.
Ground pound doesn't even need to do it.
Yeah, no, able to take out that stock very quickly. Full stock lead, basically. You got that weapon advantage as well, but FXL blessed with a pretty good weapon spawn.
Ooh, okay, Poe just looking to rack on that damage now. Gets stuffed out on the down air by that neutral light from the orb. Just comes out so quickly. Poe with the perfect dodge through to go ahead and get that turnaround neutral light. Gets the down light as well. FXL is falling apart. Ground pound could close it out here.
That's it.
And doesn't even drift into the wall. He knows it's over. Game 5, Polly. We're going to Game 5.
Game 5. Indeed. Poe turned up, but it looks like... Oh my god, Flambo. I mentioned Sword earlier. I saw FXL on the Fate. His Fate was like level 86. It's like, yeah, people know you for your Fate, right? Level 86. I mean, that's a lot of hours on Fate, right? FXL locks in the level 100 val. It's like, alright, it's time to get serious.
We're locking in. You know what? If there's a time to lock in, why not do a Game 5 of Winners Finals? Get yourself that guaranteed top 2. Val, I don't think there's a stranger that anybody at this point in Brawlhalla Esports has gotten so many dub skins, right? I mean, even if we're talking about meta dev skins, right? Val, the most recent addition to the roster here, just kind of showing that, like, I mean, you can't talk about Val without talking about Addy Messick, right? Like, I mean, that's the first person who comes to mind. And that sword gauntlet combo, that neutral sig on sword as well. We were talking about sword beforehand, and maybe this is why, Polly. Look at this sword. This is probably what Fry was dealing with in that winners.
I wanted to say last game, it felt like Poe was controlling the ground in such a different manner. FXL was winning, I believe, the first 2 games because he had a really strong dominance on just constantly throwing Poe off stage, taking that stage control. And I mean, if you're Scythe and your opponent is off stage, I mean, you're the happiest man alive, right? Poe started playing a lot more grounded, started maintaining that stage control. But FXL with a sword in hand, I mean, tell me a stronger grounded weapon. It's kind of up there.
Yeah, no, for real. It really do, like, keep you on your toes here. I mean, FXL looking so confident. Down sigs coming out, and it's so safe to throw out those down sigs as Val, right? Just throw it back. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You can tell Poe is fighting a completely different player at this point. Doesn't really seem to know how to navigate around these gauntlets. Is staying with the cannon, though. Is going to leave that weapon spawned on the left side. No swap. Inbound. Can we get the stock? That's what I'm looking for here. Can Poe get this stock? Basically trailing by a stock at this point.
Just as you mentioned, man, it's like a completely new player, and you do not want to see something like that. If you are Poe, you do not want to see your player turn into a different person at game 5. I mean, you're gonna have to adapt quickly. Poe able to find that end line. The throw connects as well. Poe still quite damaged here. FXL, he is indeed going to be picking up a sword, and I mean, this could be the knockout right here.
Okay, not gonna bait the side sig offside. Instead, does it onto the stage. And there we go, D-Light side air. It's not gonna be enough. One more side air. Has to seal the deal here. Can FXL get it? The answer is no. Wow, okay, cool. We'll go ahead and take it. Now, Poe down to the final stock, potentially of the winner's side of bracket if Poe isn't able to turn things around, but FXL has looked way too confident on this Val.
Very, very confident indeed. Poe trying to find the flame within him that he had last game. He's wondering, where did it go? FXL put it out.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, tries to go for the gravity cancel sidelight yet again. Poe hasn't quite been able to get the reads off of these follow-ups, but has been trying nonetheless. Almost ran into that digital shuriken there. And now, I mean, FXL looking for the double recovery, wants this set to be over. Poe has to mitigate the amount of hits that they're taking right now. Another end light means that much closer to losing winners finals. Can FXL close it out here, or is Poe gonna activate the clutch factor? Oof.
So close, yet so far away. Able to jump out of that combo. FXL barely just one hit away. One good gauntlet ground pound. He knows it. That's why he's going for it. Throws out the end light. Able to get Poe off stage. He has another.
Nice.
And there it is. It's over. FXL is going to be securing a place in the grand finals after a, I want to say, nail-biting best out of 5 that went all the way against Poe.
Yeah, no, the way that it went, you would think, like, FXL looked so comfortable, then I think Poe...